make waves in life, and that's what Joanne Morgan, reemphasizes here. Says, as soon as you trust yourself, you will know how to live. When we come to a place of courtship, of place of peace with ourselves, then we're able to get direction as to how our life should be. Anyone who doesn't know how their life should be is because you have not found peace within. Once you find peace within, your heart will lead you in the way you should go. But when there's no peace within, when all you're looking for is people to support you, then you don't have direction for your life. Then you become a slave to what every other person has for you, rather than you finding a path for yourself. And this will just emphasize the fact that, and I'm just thinking about it this afternoon, that most of the inventors were people who were introverts. The basic difference between an introvert and an extrovert is where they get their energy from, right? Introvert doesn't mean that you're shy, even though introvert tend to, as the weakness to be, but they're not the same thing. Shyness is not a personality trait. It's a negation of self. It's not a personality trait, But introversion is a personality trait, right? And introversion just talks about where you get your energy from. You're someone that gets your energy by yourself, whereas extroversion, you get your energy with other people, right? So the basic difference between the two of them is where you get your energy from, right? That determines how much body counts you can interact with before you are exhausted and need to get more energy, right? And if you like yourself, then you can never be alone. You can spend a lot of time doing things by yourself, and you don't have to be seeking or be controlled by another person's time, right? We all need each other, no doubt. But this just talks about the fact that you're not a slave to another person per se, right? And Patty Smith here talks about the fact that you need to have a burning desire on the inside of you, something that keeps you alive, keeps you awake, something you want to achieve, something you want to correct, something you want to make happen, something you want to make a difference, an impact on in this life, right? That's what you want to have. That's where life is complete. When you have that, then you have a reason to be brave. You have a reason to stand out. You have a reason not to go with the flow. You have a reason to flow, to swim upstream rather than allow the current of life to take you downstream, right? And last year, apart from believing in yourself and accepting yourself, you have to believe that whatever it is that is born on the inside of you is possible, right? And, it's all in your hands. All things are possible, but they're only possible to you if you believe it. So Jesus Christ says that to him that believes, all things are possible. So you have to believe in that which is driving on the inside of you for it to be possible, right? So for you to believe that which is on the inside of you, you have to believe in yourself, right? And that's the journey there. And not just that you believe it's possible, you have to also believe that it's possible for you. Because it's easy to believe that it's possible for someone else, right? But you have to believe that it's possible for you. You can make the difference. You can be the one to achieve it. And this tells a lot on how much self-worth you have, self-respect you have, self-esteem you have, right? And lastly, it's a place where if we believe, right, then we can stand up and fight for it. And if we believe, then we can get the energy, the strength, the support to make it happen. But we have to take the first step for God to support us, and that ties back to Joshua 1, which I will repeat it several times. And God said, only be courageous, which God is saying that your being courageous or not courageous can limit the amount of what I can do in your life. So we need to be courageous. We need to be bold. We need to believe in what we want. Because only when we're courageous and we stand can God support us and God cause it to come to pass in our life. All right, that's all I have. Any question or something you want to discuss on that? And the ball is in your court. Hello.
Hello, Uncle. I'm here. Sorry.
Yeah, I said that's all I have. Any question?
Oh no, no question.
All right, great. So any circumstance for you where you need to stand up, against the status quo? What have you learned from it, or what do you want to share concerning any situation where you've had to stand against the status quo, where standing might mean that you're going to lose some friends?
Yeah, I mean, we all face that each day, and I feel like because of my personality, I tend not to have a lot of friends because of my belief in God and also the things that drive me.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I don't have that much friends. I can just a very handful of them because I mean, other people believe in what makes them happy. Like some people believe in, like, they have to go for parties or they have to hang out with people. And for me, that's not me. So
Yep.
I tend to just, people always tell me that I'm always home. It's all about my kids, and I never get time to hang out or spend time with my husband and stuff like that. But I know that, my journey is different from somebody else, and this may just be what God is calling me to do at this time. I may not have the opportunity to go to dinner date with my husband because we have nobody to watch our kids, and in just maybe the sacrifice that God knows, and that sacrifice that He has given to us at this time. That there will always, there's, the kids will grow up, and there'll be time. That time will come,
Absolutely.
So most young people over here, they can get babysitter, they can get people to come babysit their kids while they go out, they want to go to vacation, dinner. I have to stand up because I'm like, hey, it's okay. This is the price that I have to pay. I don't care about it because I know that this is my journey. I cannot compare my journey with somebody else's journey. And the time will always come for me to be able to do those things. So sometimes you tend not to have a lot of friends because of the kind of person that you are. So I don't have that much. I don't have that much. But my husband too doesn't have friends. Like he doesn't have friends that he can say, okay, this is my brother who I can just call anytime. So it can be a lonely journey. It can be a lonely road sometimes, but it is what it is. You just have to make the best of what you have, and know that that's your journey. It's okay. It's okay to not be able to go out because we are raising young kids at this time. But it's okay. Yeah.
Absolutely. All you said is correct. So you need to understand your journey, because your journey is different from every other person's journey. And a lot of people don't understand their journey. They're trying to fit in. And that's the big for depression. That's why you have a lot of depression, right? Because people are trying to be what or who they are not.
Right.
And some of that is motivated out of fear of being lonely. Oh, if I don't join the ground, I'm going to be lonely. If I don't join this thing, I'm going to be left out. If I don't do this, they might be run out. Anything that's motivated by fear basically does not end well. Most of it is depression, because you might be able to do those things today. Something might happen, you're not able to do it. They start worrying because you can't do it. So, but when you're able to determine what your journey is and what's the requirement for your journey, and you keep discipline to that part, it keeps you stable and gives you a firm foundation, that will stand for you when the storm of life comes. Because storm of life will come on every one of us.
Right.
right? And whether we fall or not is a function of our foundation. Do we have a firm foundation? You
Right.
know,
Right.
so the foundation we build is what keeps us in the day of testing, the day
Right.
when the storms will come. You know,
Right.
so all of that is correct. The only thing I'm just going to bring out to it also is, it has to be a continuous evaluation, right?
Right.
Whereby
Right.
I'm guided by understanding of my journey.
Right.
Right? And it's not because I'm scared of making friends, because that can also be another prison on its own, right? So the decision has to be based on my journey of life. What defines my journey? What
Right.
defines my path? It
Right.
has to be from that belief, but never out of fear.
Right. Right.
Yeah. Because there are people that God will bring in our lives that would help us along the journey of life. We
Right.
need to
Right.
make sure we don't miss them,
Right.
right?
Right. And
That's
and I think that everybody has every season, every of your season has you come in contact with people who are gonna, like you said, help you along the way. And that sometimes you have to get up from the floor. Get up from the floor, Jesse. And that sometimes you have to realize that there may be people that God has brought along your way where after a couple of years, that relationship is not what it used to be, because the purpose of why those people came through your life, that season may be over, and you have to be
absolutely,
ready. You have to be ready to let it go and not
absolutely.
push it. So those are things that I'm kind of learning, in that, hey, I may just be in this season, this friend, because sometimes you feel like, okay, I give because what will I say, my gift is I like to help, or I don't what no that
Yep.
yeah.
Yep.
So that's my call, like a servant. I like to serve people, and that's my calling. That's where I find my greatest joy. Sometimes it can be challenging, that because you give of yourself, you like to help somebody's in need. Oh, okay, sure, I can babysit, I can work, and you feel like you never get that back in return for yourself. It's like you never find that help that you need sometimes.
Yep.
And my husband will tell me that, baby, nobody has to give you back. It's just who God made you. So you have to realize that
Yeah.
it's who God. You should never expect it back from people, because you will never get it back. And
Yeah.
so, and that's where I am in this point, is that it is okay for me to want to help somebody. And yes, I may be in a lonely place because I never get a babysitter. I never get someone to come help me with my kids. It's like I'm stuck with my kids. When I need help, I don't get. So, but it's okay, because that is who God made me. And
Absolutely.
it's okay with that. So I have to sometimes reevaluate my friendship. Sometimes I'm like, okay, why do I have to talk to her? She never
Yeah.
gives me, never helps me. But I have
Yeah.
to know that means that all of my friends are different, and
Yes.
that God brought them into my life because they are different colors. This one may be an encourager. This one may be someone that, oh, can you lend me some money? This, but may not be able to help me babysit. So that I'm getting to understand now that everybody is different, and the reason why God brought them into your life is for a different purpose. So,
Absolutely.
that is where I am now. It's like you have to know yourself, like you always say, you have to know your why. And that helps kind of help you clarify your path. And every day that you wake up, this is my why. This is who I am in Christ, and and this is why I do what I do.
Yes. Yes, that's critical, because that becomes the basis of you evaluating yourself at every point in time.
Right.
Yeah. So, like you said, what we give to God, and
Right.
only God should we expect a return,
Right.
right?
Right.
Because He's the one that, first of all, knows what we need and what we will need,
Right.
right? He's the
Right.
one that multiplies it also. If we get it directly from people, they only give us what we give to them.
Right.
But we want and we need more than that. So yeah, it says give. and it shall be given to you, but to be God-sized giving. It says, press down, shaking together, and running over. You know, for it to press down, shaking together, and running over, it has to come from God, because no human can do that for you, right?
Right.
So, and Jesus Christ will say, if the reason why you are giving is to receive back, you are finished now. You have received your reward.
Right.
Well, if it's because you are giving because of God, then you expect from God. God will give you, you know. So, and all of that needs to continually be evaluated based on my journey. What does God want for me? Yes. What does God want for me now? Right? Might be tomorrow, but now is what's critical. What does it want for me now? What decisions do I need to make to fit that? You know, and when I do that right today, it becomes the basis, the foundation for me to do tomorrow. Right. Yeah. So as a continuous thing, we'll learn, we'll grow. You know, as we serve, we're given. As we give, God will bring all the resource we need, including friends. Right. Bring the right friends our way that we need. And the ones we don't need, after their time has expired, suddenly you see they will disappear for whatever reason. You know, for whatever reason they will disappear. So it's up to us not to hold too tight to that which has expired.
Has expired, yes.
No, we don't start watering yesterday's seed. All right. If it's that time has expired, let's not waste time, you know, trying to water a plant that's already past the season. You know, we all tend to do that, you know. As it was difficult for me to turn away from glory. It was kind of difficult, you know, because I've been there so long. I loved the people, you know, and you know, it was just my life. It was where I was, you know. As much as my head says one thing, my heart says something else. You know. But there was a time when God was done with me there, and I was still holding so tight, you know. And but until I accepted God's mandate, you know, I was still in depression and didn't have a direction to life. But I had to come to peace with what I believe God was saying and doing in my life. I mean, that is what has brought me back to life, right? Even though what he was saying was not necessarily my comfort zone, because I developed a comfort zone in the other place, right, where I could do almost anything and things will work. I'm now in a new place where I have to establish new friendship. You know, new people don't know me, you know, so I'm pretty much just all new, you know, and I couldn't just do anything because there was nothing to be assumed, you know. That it was what God had for the new season in my life, you know. So I had to throw away all my comforts and just get used to the newness, and a new part is chatting for me, you know. And all of that takes faith, you know. And it brings you to a new place, because when you're in a place of comfort, then you are so much dependent on feeling. Oh, it feels good. Oh, it feels nice. But when you're in a new place, there's no more feeling. No, you are thinking about things. You're making decisions, because you know it's just like you've always driven to the same office and back home. You can close your eyes and get home, right? Because your subconscious mind has recorded your paths. So a lot of times, I'm sure you drive home without knowing that's how you drove home, because when you shut off and start thinking about something else, you're still driving the right way home. What's happening is your subconscious mind took over and drove you home, right? But that won't happen if you're going a new path. If you ever change that pathway to your work, you will have to be consciously thinking. Because your subconscious mind has not recorded anything.
Yes.
Right? And that's why God brings change our way, because we get too comfortable.
Right.
Yeah, because once your mind has recorded it, there's no more decision required. Just feel good and just move along. And God intentionally changes things in our lives just to get us more involved back in life.
Back in life, right?
So we'll continue learning. All right. Let me let you go. We'll go to chapter 11 next week, God willing.
Okay.
All right. But
All right.
let
Okay, Uncle.
me take good care of yourself, huh?
Okay, Uncle. Okay.
All right. Take care. All right. Bye bye.